next to be next grazing. Or no, your cattle can be they can graze like this, and then your sheep are selective grazers. So negele go Scottsville. There's a guy that I met go UKZN. His name was Shana. Brilliant guy. Like I don't wanna lie. Liena Nanali Spiritisa, Sao Panda, but when I was in that area, my mind was not into hustling, but it was more on academics. But when I realized, hey, academics, I silent Totsaka. What can I do? So I think 2017, Andilo called me and it was like, no, Phetole, do you remember the idea you want like urban farming, farming on top of a roof? Because remember, the time I was in Fort Hare, some of the weekends I'd normally go to like your computer labs, try to research, check this urban farming in Spanish and whatnot. So he called and I was like, do you remember that plan about doing this and that? I was like, okay, yeah, I remember. I was like, no, let's do it. So fast forward 2018 on the 4th of January. And that's when we actually opened up a company, Evergrow. And the rest
is history.
The rest has been history.
So Evergrow, what exactly do you do, Go Evergrow?
We supply seedlings to small-scale farmers, backyard gardeners, but we also do, on the other side, what I do, I train farmers and also we teach them how to establish their own gardens. And another thing also we do teach them how to do seedlings. So those are the things that we've actually seen. Because what has made us rare city seedlings was when I was working at the Department of Agriculture as an intern. So what we realized was that farmers, they can't actually afford the seedlings.
Yeah.
So, but how did we know that they can't afford seedlings? So, just to get seedlings, just 1,000 seedlings would literally actually cost them like 1,000 rand. So how do you spend 1,000 rand that you don't have, that you're not guaranteed it will come back? So what we've seen is that more to spend almost like 1,000 rand just to go collect seedlings.
Seedlings, yeah.
Yeah, and then what we did was like, okay, let's do what we call a protest sale. For us to get our entry into the market, what can we do? When I was still doing my intern, so I saw, okay, farmers struggle, but what is it they're actually farming in this particular area? So I was like, okay, spinach. But how can we make sure that bakatola spinach as a group? Because in a cooperative area, mona lady cooperative tengat. So like, okay, it's a protest sale whereby for 1,000 rand, you can get like 5,000 seedlings. Little do we know, it's gonna be like, your lucky ticket to enter into the market.
The market, yeah.
Well, I understand. And also to put your leg into the game, but also have a voice. Luckily, there were farmers around us. With that, we are all across, it has been like a blessing, but also it has been like also, it comes with a lot of work.
Of course.
It comes with a lot of work. But when I was on the department, I learned also extension officing. Or okay, farmers when they struggle, where do they actually consult, and how do you help them or consult? When I was there, I don't want to lie, I learned a lot from farmers. You always learn from farmers. Like even if Lasa root there, trust me, you learn a lot. So when I was there, I learned about different types of tomatoes, different types of peppers, cabbages. That was when I met my mentor, I think 2019. I think most of you know it. Eric Mawan.
He's like I said. But when I'm at Eric, you and me gonna have a chat. I called him, he never answered me back. I called him, he never answered me back, but it's fine. We'll talk about that. So, that's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, I met him, and he said something so interesting when I met him. Somewhere. And he was with this guy called Katlehomiso. This guy, whenever he comes to me, he's like, P, my boy, you're doing great, my boy. So, Katleho and Eric, they advised me, there were cultivars that they were like, Phetole, should you want to have your name in the game, these are the kind of cultivars you shouldn't recommend to the small-scale farmers. Like, even if the market is difficult, these cultivars do not recommend them to small-scale farmers. And if you want to be trusted as someone, and also if you want your name or represent someone, these cultivars don't recommend them. Since from that time, it has been proven like there are cultivars that I don't recommend to small-scale farmers. Like, I just keep quiet if someone wants or that's what they have. I mean, like, there's a lot of wisdom that Eric has instilled in me, especially Gafami.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want to lie. Like, he's someone that, when he comes, just sit down, let him speak.
I know.
Let him speak.
Yeah.
Because Kitliga mindset, I'm a graduate, I know this and that and that and that. And he was like, no, sit down. Like, once or twice, I meet up with Eric.
You guys are farming in an abandoned school. You 3 hectares, ne? That you
We can say 2. We can say 2.
It's even less. I thought it's 5 hectares.
No.
So now I want to know about that space. How did you guys end up getting that space? And also, what plan did you guys have to utilize that space effectively?
So, I mean, like, number one, the school, before we moved to Bram, because initially we were operating in Bram. So in Bramfontein, yeah. In the heart of Jozi. So we're
You guys are farming in like town?
Yeah. So we're supplying almost, did you know that there are over 27 hydroponic tunnel in the city of Johannesburg?
I didn't know that.
Okay. Let's put it aside.
You see, this is why I started this thing. Okay, let's put it aside. But this is why I started that thing, because I didn't know that. I didn't even know, Jorge. Bramfontein is busy, bro. Like, how? Now, you know what? Let's get back to the other thing. Yeah.
It's fine. So, so that school, when we started 2018. There were 2 guys that actually helped us to get the school. So, Raminki and Philippi Matla, may his soul rest in peace. These were the guys that actually helped us. But little do we know, 2021, we'll find ourselves in that school. And so we started with like a tunnel first. But we saw that we can't have seedlings that actually grow in the site and then not utilizing the space. How do we actually, how can we use the seedlings that we have and then put them on the ground? So I don't want to lie, it actually took us time or reclosity seedlings and then also put them on the ground. 2021, we tried, it didn't go well.
At the school?
At the school. But just we were doing the seedlings.
Seedlings already, okay.
But the production was not... Remember, we were learning also.
Yeah, and of course.
We were learning. I think 2023, that was when everything started to move up, and production on both sides was making people make a whole lot of noise. I mean, like, Tladi on its own, it is around about 4,000 households. So...
And it's busy.
It's busy, but the area that Relenko Yona, it's... You're not going to tell that there's a seedling necessary around it. So what we did was like, okay, for people to actually find us and also know that we're utilizing the school. So we're like, okay, we can do seedlings, but let's have vegetables that are growing outside. So people, whenever they come, they'll be like, okay, I need seedlings, but also I'm seeing produce as well. So there are people that actually didn't know much about seedlings. But whenever they used to see us, they used to see white things that are actually seed, and they were like, what are these things? We see things, but we don't know.
We don't know what is this thing.
We don't, So, I mean, like, motho are only 15 years old, and the things that we were making, they were like blown away, like, hey, Marantwana said he's too, man. Like,
I was blown away also when I got there. I was like, these guys are, the way you guys are utilizing that space, it's amazing, bro.
Yeah, so we have a seedling nursery and we have what you call a kitchen garden for someone that, if you want to start your own garden, but you don't know what to do and you always say, hey, this thing takes my time. So we make sure that there are no excuses. So we have a garden that you can literally manage like 45 minutes to an hour in a week. You can manage the garden. But also we have another garden where we make sure that, this one, should you want to start selling, this is how you can go about. But also, if you want to participate also in the modern agricultural value chain, this is the kind of garden that you can start, but also being able to sustain yourself. So we have like 3 types of garden, but you're not going to see up until we show you. These are 3 types of garden that should you want to start farming, this one you can go for. Should you want to start your own garden at home and also include your family, this is the kind of garden. If you want to have someone that you can manage, but you don't have time, there's a kind of garden.
Type of garden you need. Here you are, you in Soweto, you are doing seedlings. Everything, obviously, life is a double-sided sword. There's good things and there's bad things.
Yes.
So let's talk about the challenges you guys are facing in farming in the middle of the hood.
It's electricity. So
that's everybody's challenge,
the issue of load shedding. I don't want to lie.
Yeah,
it's been something. So
yeah, because you guys get your water from the municipality directly, ne?
Yeah.
So halis namatlakasi dololo water. Ne?
No, halis namatlakasi water is there. No, water is there. The problem is when we don't have electricity, how do we pump our water to the ceiling? So yeah. So, but
your pump. Oh Lord, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but we made a plan whereby we get a generator, and then at least if there's no, because there was a time we stayed almost like I'd say 7 months without electricity. So it was
7 months.
Yeah. So it was a bit tough. So we relied on the generator. So, but lite you see generator da. So you have to.
Unplug it, plug it.
So that was the challenge. But another thing that we also face is water cuts. Sometimes when you have like water cuts, it's a huge problem.
Yeah.
But other than that, I wouldn't say we have challenges. I mean, like, we are blessed to be in that area. Like, I wish so many communities can be like that, you know.
I mean, speaking of communities, the first thing that I was worried when I got there is like, these guys, I'm sure they wake up and their pumps are gone, seedlings are gone. I mean, theft is a thing, bro. You guys,
No. Theft is a thing. I don't want to lie. I think for me, because school is a so I think for me, it has been like, I would normally participate in community things, you know.
So people know you and they know your business.
Yeah,
okay,
so I normally participate, like whenever like CPF, Unyana, I used to be a member of them also, so I know more about it. So, and also, whenever we have some events also, make sure that CPF is also included, so we don't actually exclude them.
Yeah.
So, Baba part of the events already hosting, and also, but also when we have like job, they are the first ones. Or okay, so also little span. I mean, like, I just want to say thanks to InMed and also IDC. I mean, like, there's a program in right now under SEF, which is Social Employment Fund. We're able to hire almost 23 people bagokas. So I think, maybe Tabiso or whoever, they come and open. Sometimes once we check out Mavati, they carrying like, some of the burden right now. It's on them. Rashera most of the time. So I think for me, I would say it's been a blessing.
Well, speaking of which, like when I was there, one thing I noticed is that the guys that worked for you guys there, they had that sense of responsibility. Because I went to speak to somebody who was busy planting seedlings.
Yeah.
And first of all, those seeds are small as F.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, I was like, how do you even see these things? But anyway.
Yeah.
And I asked her a few questions, and she gave me some very nice answers in terms of what she's planting,
exactly,
how it should be planted, when. And I'm like, how did you learn this? And she said, you guys taught her. That's the thing. You guys are investing in the community.
Yeah. I think I always say to farmers that normally come and buy from us, or like, if rahola, I'm expecting luluna hole.
Yes.
You understand? You can't have a seedling nursery in your community. When we elevate, you're not elevated. One of the most important things that we do is that seedlings that we plant, like I said, they know, okay, these are the kind of seedlings that they need to plant. And everything before it's been planted, I'm normally being consulted. So they know, or these ones deep plant to wrong, but also it helps them because sometimes I cannot take them to Botany 101 or A ke beetroot, A is one, A is one, A is one. So the best way for them to learn what I do is that this one, a plant ka tsela e so, this one, a plant ka tsela e so. So if you're planting things by 1-1, what does it mean? It plants things by 2-2. What does it mean? So you try to make sure even if you call a blind person to come and work for you or work with you, they're able to understand agriculture in a manner that even if when I'm blind, I know this is what, I know this is what. So that's what we're actually trying to do for the guys that are actually working with us. So Luena, when you come as a customer, they're able to explain something for you. So you shouldn't be like, these guys don't know
they're just planting because they were told to plant. No, I didn't see that at all.
Nah. So we do it like that.
When we were there, I was actually shocked. There was this white Afrikaans farmer. He came with his son to buy seedlings. Remember that? And I'm thinking, how do these guys even know about Phetole and Andile?
Yeah.
I was shocked. Even the guy, my DOP was like, yo, man, these guys look like they're lost. And I'm thinking, yo, so how do you guys actually reach the market out there? Because you guys are in the hood, but I saw that you guys reached even like white guys to come and buy from you.
Modern small-scale farmers, it's not easy for them to participate in the modern agricultural value chain. So what do I mean? I mean in the sense that you're looking for seedlings, but where are you going to get them?
Yeah.
How long would it take you to get them? So time leads. Sometimes you can't wait for like 6 weeks. With us, it's more of let's plant, they will come. But it's actually dangerous to say, let's plant, they will come. Yeah. We market ourselves out there. So we know actually, these are the kind of crops that we know. Should a customer call, they're going to find them. So in this case, what we do, we market ourselves and we position ourselves to a point that it's easy for you to find these guys. It's easy for you to relate with our product. So it's not that you're going to get excluded or you'll be like, okay, I'm going to have to wait for like 6 weeks. We try our best for our customer not to wait for like 6 weeks, unless you bring your own seeds or unless you have your own plan. So that's how we are able to target these guys most of the time.
So you guys are farming in a relatively small space.
Yes.
Do you have any plans to find a bigger space, or are you going to do something else to that space?
It's not about us in this instant at the moment. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because of should we elevate? What about these guys that they know? For me, just to go get seedlings, I'm taking a taxi just to go get seedlings. That place still needs to be there. It still needs to be honored. I'm like, if it has to become a monument, so let it be for the people. You understand? So yes, we're going to have to move. It's a nice to have at the moment, but for how long? So our people, we also need support so that we can help these guys that actually buying from us. Because you can't keep on buying from us. We are growing, but you're not growing.
Yeah.
Something's wrong. Is it the system or is it how we actually providing the system, the service to you? So it's a catch-22 in this instant, but should we grow, we're also expecting our farmers to also grow as well.
So here's one thing that interested me when I got there. How long did it take you guys to, put up those tunnels? Number one. Number two, isn't the municipality giving you guys any hassles in terms of that ground, saying, after 10 years, you're out of here?
No, remember the school has been closed for almost 20 years, number one.
Like it's been barren for 20 years, nothing's been happening there.
No, I mean like the school has been closed. I mean like, did you know there are over 80 schools that have been closed in Gauteng, that have been abandoned, that are not working? Yeah,
that's shocking, bro.
So part of what I do most of it sometimes is that there are guys in the community that I say, okay, occupy some of these schools and establish garden, so we are there to also assist you. So if you are just a kilometer away, it's easy for us to also come and support you. So with some of the schools that are actually being closed, so for us it has been, I can say it's been a blessing because Taupedi right now, where the school is right now, I mean like we try to maintain it. Like there's life inside the school. Even when you enter, you won't think that the school has been closed for more than 20 years. And another thing that the only challenge we have, it has always been electricity, but sometimes we try by all means, maybe if there's no electricity in the area, we gather generator, or if sometimes there are troubles, the community always let us know. Okay, I'm seeing someone here inside the school. Do you know about that? Even people that actually from the department, when they come and they see the school, they get blown away. I'm like, how do you guys keeping this school intact? Like, I'm like, even the counselor would come. I'm like, guys, I can't believe what you guys are doing with this school. So I think for us, it's just to shock people time and time again. Like, whenever you come, I'm like, even the municipality, if they can come, like, just to see the school, I think they'll be blown away.
Yeah, no, of course.
They'll be blown away. Yeah.
I also noticed that there were a lot of other people in your grounds.
Yes.
That are people in the hood who just want to farm their little vegetables somewhere.
Yes.
Do you guys assist them, or how does that work?
Part of the aim is also, in a community, when you are in a community, why do you have to walk like 2 kilometers or 5 kilometers just to access vegetables?
Yeah.
So it needs to be, when you talk about food security in your community, what does it really mean? If you're walking around, I think there's a guy, I forgot his name, he was saying that should you walk 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers just to access food? Just know you are living in a poor area, poor community. So our aim is to also make sure that, there is food around us. So I think for us, we assist people also that if you have a garden that you already established, like right now we're on the verge of people around us also get assisted. So for us to assist you, we shouldn't find like there are bushes there and also then you expect us to help you. So rather create your own beds and things like that, and we help you to establish like a garden for you. Just to add, so there were guys in Mapetla. So these guys, they were washing dustbins like for the community. Whatever machita hlatswang dustbin. Yeah, so these guys, they came to me last year in December. They were like, hey, Pet, we have 500 rands and we just want to blow it away. I was like, no, guys, you know what? I'm going to give you a challenge. So a period of like 90 days, I'm going to work with you so that you establish your own garden. And should this garden not exceed this 500 rand, I'm going to give you guys your 500 back. So these guys, they called me, I think like 2 days before, actually, 2 days. They were like, no, Phetole, our garden has actually given us, we've actually generated almost 3,700 with this garden.
From 500?
From 500. The only challenge that they have was water challenge.
Yeah.
So, but they were like, till today, they were like, we want to carry on with this thing, So for us, just being in the area, it has shown like the impact. Machita hlatswang dustbin to doing a garden,
to actually being farmers.
Exactly.
Technically, they're farmers.
So just where we are, it doesn't mean that we not only we are only servicing the guys direction, but we also like your emerging farmers. We also participate also in that value chain as well.
You've answered this question, but I'm going to ask it regardlessly. You've answered it differently. What is your dream for the agricultural sector in SA?
We have different backgrounds, and also we look at the economy status of the country.
Yeah.
And if I were to ask you an example right now, do you know Konka?
Who doesn't know Konka?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But do you know that in Soweto, there's a strawberry farmer in Soweto? Strawberry farmer
in Soweto.
In Soweto.
You know, you need a lot of water for that stuff. I'm just saying, you need water, you need a whole lot in Soweto, in the hood.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So my dream is for the agricultural sector to recognize the people like Khomoto, We always say to people that they must establish gardens and whatnot, but how do we make sure that they can they can sustain themselves? Do you understand? So if someone like Khomoto can be recognized in the agricultural sector and the work that she's been doing and what she can do right now, I think for me, the agricultural, my dream, like a petehile, like,
yeah.
So if you know that you can go to Mamelodi and point out 5 small-scale farmers, commercial farmers, emerging with your hand, I'd be happy. I'd be complete.
Phetole, tell me, I can sit here and talk with you the whole day. I was there on your farm. I was very impressed. First, I was scared.
You were scared?
I was scared. But
Nah.
But when I came in there, I was pleasantly surprised. So what you guys are doing is fantastic. You and Andile must continue to grow from strength to strength. Because essentially that's what agriculture is all about, producing food.
Yeah.
Irrespective where you produce it.
Yes.
But as long as you are contributing to food security.
Yes.
Sharp.
Thank you, boss.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Fama, guys. As you heard it, there is no excuse. Whether you're farming in 5,000 hectares or 5 hectares, you're still producing food. See you guys again next time.